Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be breaking down the main event at UFC 294. Islam Makhachev taking on Alexander Volkanovski. This is gonna be a banger, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get right into the breakdown video. So, Volkanovski taking this fight on 9 days notice against one of the most complete lightweights we've ever seen in MMA, never mind UFC. This dude's mentality is on another level. If anyone can do it on 9 days notice against this, one of the most complete lightweights we've ever seen, it's Alexander Volkanovski. The adversity that he's overcame in his UFC career, the Max Holloway 2 fight and Ortega fight are the two standpoints that I see, and even the Chad Mendes fight, he got dropped, got back up, and then started whipping Chad Mendes's butt in that fight, really, and then found the TKO finish in round 2. But yeah, if anyone can do it, it is Alexander Volkanovski. But everything went well for him in that first fight. I mean, everything that could have went well for him went well. He won some striking exchanges. He even attempted some takedowns of his own, and he even dropped Islam Makhachev in their first fight, and Islam Makhachev was not 100% whatsoever in their first fight. Let's be honest, guys. I mean, he had a 24 rehydration window. This fight, he'll have a 36-hour rehydration window, and that really did show, in my opinion, in his performance and in the grappling exchanges. And even on the feet, he was getting pressured a lot on his back foot. Yes, he doesn't mind that because he's very good with his footwork. But yeah, I do really feel like that was as good of a night that Alexander Volkanovski could have had, and he still ended up losing that fight. I mean, I just don't see how he'll be able to win this. I'll be honest, guys. I really don't see how he'll be able to win this fight on 9 days notice against, like I said, one of the most complete lightweights we've ever seen inside that octagon. So, yeah, I just don't see it. So, the way that Volkanovski could win this fight, and the only way I see him winning this fight, is basically by putting on the pressure early, really putting on the pressure early and getting in Islam Makhachev's face and trying to just get that TKO win, to be honest, because I just don't see how Islam Makhachev will lose a decision against Volkanovski on 9 days notice. I just don't see that whatsoever, in my opinion. You know, Volkanovski, again, like I said, didn't even win that last fight. He clearly lost that fight 3-2. Argument for 4 rounds, but I scored it 3-2, especially on the rewatch as well. And I just, you know, in my opinion, that was as good as a night he could have had, and he still ended up losing. And now he's taking this fight on 9 days notice, and Islam Makhachev is going to be a different beast in there. Just his way to win Volkanovski is to obviously stuff those takedowns, put Islam Makhachev on the back foot and go after him in those early rounds, because if he doesn't get that early round TKO or finish him in this fight, in my opinion, those later rounds, Islam Makhachev is going to start to take over and find a finish in this matchup. He's facing a different Islam Makhachev in this fight. Makhachev, like I've just mentioned before, has a longer rehydration window, and that's going to be a massive factor in this matchup. I really do believe that. Makhachev clearly looked drained at the weigh-ins, especially. You know, the way that you have to cut weight in Australia is very different. They don't allow saunas. Obviously, I'm sure every fighter did use a sauna, but yeah, it's just a way different. There's the factors that are just influencing my pick are all going in the favor of Islam Makhachev in this fight. They are really. I mean, winning a decision on 9 days notice against Makhachev would be just. That would be one of the craziest upsets I've ever seen, even though the odds don't suggest that. He's like plus 200, I'm pretty sure, Volkanovski. That wouldn't even be a big upset, but for me personally, that would be insane if he found a decision victory over Makhachev on 9 days notice. And like I said, he is facing just a different level this time of Islam. I mean, Islam Makhachev is going to be an animal in there. The strength, the power on the back foot he'll have. He's just going to be more energized inside that octagon this time. And Islam Makhachev's counters on his back foot, his footwork, his lateral movement is so underrated. People don't talk about this guy's footwork enough. The way he was able to avoid Charles Oliveira that first fight, the way he was able to skirt on the outside against Volkanovski and counter Volkanovski many times on the back foot was very impressive. Yes, the the threat of the takedowns do help, but you know, if Islam Makhachev isn't really in that body lock in those like body lock exchanges, trying to, you know, find a throw, hip toss, or find a trip in the clinch, it's not really like. It's like Khabib as well. Like, these guys don't really have the best open mat wrestling. I mean, it's very good, don't get me wrong, but their open mat wrestling isn't like a, you know, who would have really good open mat wrestling. I don't know. He's just some guy who would have really good open mat wrestling. They're not that type of takedown artist. They're in the clinch looking for trips, throws, or cage wrestling. And, you know, if Islam Makhachev is on the back foot, he won't look for takedowns as much. He'll try and clinch up and then knee you from the break in clinches in like open space. That's what he'll do. And I do see that being a massive factor like it was in the first fight. The first fight was a lot of the time you'd see Islam Makhachev force a clinch and then just knee Volkanovski a lot in the clinch that time, and I do see that being another big weapon that he will utilize in this fight. And like I said, the counters that he has on his back foot are amazing, and for Volkanovski to game plan against some guy like this on 9 days' notice, yes, he's fought him before, but, you know, it's a different. He can't really game plan around what he felt in the first fight on 9 days' notice. It's going to be extremely hard for him to have any type of game plan against a guy this well-rounded who has this many tools in his arsenal, like the trips in the clinch, like the hip tosses, like the counters that he has on the back foot, like the footwork that he presents on the feet, like the kicks that he presents on the feet, the kicks that he throws on his back foot, the like I said, the counters that he throws. So for Volkanovski to, you know, neutralize all of that on 9 days' notice and find a game plan for that on 9 days' notice, I just don't see that happening. So yeah, my pick will be Islam Makhachev, third round TKO. I'm going to go with a third round TKO. I think that he will catch Volkanovski with a counter over the top with his right hand. And also, like, Islam Makhachev is very good at fighting from orthodox and southpaw. He will switch from both and fight out of them. So, you know, that's another thing that Volkanovski will not be as prepared for like he was in that first fight. So yeah, I do think all the factors like I've just mentioned are playing Islam Makhachev's favor, and you know, Volkan fought that first fight any better and he still lost against the worst version of Islam Makhachev that will be on display on Saturday night, and Volkanovski will be even worse than he was. He'll definitely be worse than he was the last time they fought, the first time they fought. So just everything's indicating towards an Islam Makhachev finish for me, in my opinion. I played the under 1.5 I played Fight Doesn't Go the Distance at -129 for 1.3 units, and I played Islam Makhachev for 4.5 units -225, and I'm looking to play Islam Makhachev 2-3-4 KO for, I think it's plus 1100 you can find on American books. So yeah, stay tuned. Well, let me know if you like any of those bets. Let me know your pick down in the comments below. I'm very interested to see what you guys have for this fight. But yeah, guys, I will see you. This is gonna be my last breakdown for this card. So if you've liked the content that I put on for this week, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, as it helps the channel out a lot, and comment your predictions down in the comments below. Even for the card, doesn't even have to be this fight. But yeah, guys, I will see you in the next one. Have a good rest of your week. Let's enjoy these fights tomorrow night, and let's make some money if you're betting on the card. Good luck, guys. I will see you in the next one. Have a good day. Peace.